Keegan Murray, who was a full participant in practice today, will make his season debut for the Sacramento Kings. How much changes with the debut of your guy, Keegan Murray, this weekend?
Well, 1-1 is locked now. Like, and the Kings would be 2-0 had Keegan Murray played in both these games. No,
Obviously.
no, well, like I joked about this on the pod last night. Like, I'm not saying that the Kings would have won had their rookie played his first ever game, but I'm also not saying that they wouldn't have won. Like I genuinely think Keegan Murray, if had Keegan Murray played last night, the Sacramento Kings would have won. I think there were drop offs offensively at times. Look, I mean, the Kings shot the ball the amount that they did, but they went through cold spurts. Really, I thought in the first quarter they were forcing threes. I thought pretty much for the remainder of the game at that point, they were taking good threes, better threes. The first quarter, though, and I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think like 7 of their first 9 shots were from 3-point range. It's just like, okay, this is all they do now. And if that's the case, like I just think there would have been times where there were lulls in the offense with that second unit where I think Keegan Murray would have been a better option taking a corner or wing 3 than a Trey Lyles or than a even Davion Mitchell at times.
Mhm.
Like I genuinely think that with how close this game was and how back and forth this game was, I think Keegan Murray and his composure and his shot making ability that he's shown up to the point of real legitimate NBA games would have played a big factor. So I'm pretty confident that had Keegan Murray played last night, the result would have been different. That being said, if the Sacramento Kings are relying on a rookie who's never played an NBA game before to be the difference maker between a win and a loss against a team in the 10, 9, 8 seed range of the Western Conference, then they're in trouble when they take on a team like the LA Clippers, who's probably in the, at best, 1, 2, 3, 4 range of the Western Conference. So
Mhm.
I think Keegan is going to be a major difference maker on Saturday. Is he going to be the difference between a win and a loss? I hope so, for the sake of my pride that I have in the guy. But I also think, like, I really do think we're going to see pretty early on, even if it's as a bench player, because I don't think, even though KZ Okpala didn't score a single point last night, I thought with the exception of picking up 3 fouls in the first quarter, at the time that he got his third foul and checked out of the game, Damian Lillard had 4 points, so he was doing his job. Um, so if Keegan is that bench guy to start the season, I think he's going to be so valuable off of that bench that it's going to be a significant difference maker for the Kings.
Yeah, Matt, what does it say about the Kings if they can't win without Keegan Murray? I mean, and I mean, it's one game,
No, I
but
know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, but at the same time, I think that like Trey Lyles is a perfectly capable player.
Yeah.
I think he had a bad shooting night. Actually, like the first half is atrocious shooting night. Like he didn't just miss. Like him and Monk airballed.
He missed everything.
Man, Monk from the corner shot like I don't know what is that, a 23-foot. It was at least 25 feet. Like I mean that thing would have been good from 70. Like he like shot the hell out of it, like way too far. Um, but like if you can't win if you're missing one piece, whether it's Keegan Murray or it's De'Aaron Fox or it's Domantas Sabonis, like when does the next man up mentality come? Because like it shouldn't already be an issue that a rookie can't play. So the 2 guys who are veterans who are playing instead of him don't get the job done. So I'm kind of concerned if that's the case.
Oh, I am too. I agree completely. The fact that you couldn't close out a winnable game against an opponent that's probably on the same tier as you without your rookie who's never played an actual minute of NBA basketball. Also, going back to the Trey Lyles and Malik Monk's rough shooting nights, they can just blame it on the hangar doors being open and the Delta breeze coming through and say it was that on that and move on with themselves. But like you're right, if Keegan Murray is so, I mean, as a 4th overall pick, I hope Keegan Murray can come in and show star potential. That being said, if the Kings are leaning on Keegan Murray to be a star for them to have a chance to accomplish their goals of making the playoffs, then this team is probably in trouble. And that's not a disrespectful jab at Keegan. That's the fact that the Kings are putting their eggs maybe into the wrong basket. But on a night like last night, where De'Aaron had an excellent game, with the exception of the 8 turnovers, like I was really pleased with what I saw from De'Aaron. I'm sure we'll go into that.
Yeah.
And Kevin Huerter had a great night, but Domantas Sabonis struggled. Like, could Keegan Murray have made up in a lot of ways for the drop off that you had from Domantas? And there are going to be nights where that drop off comes from Huerter. There's going to be nights where that drop off comes from Fox. And I don't expect Keegan Murray to be the makeup guy for those drop-offs every single night. But I think counting Keegan in or penciling Keegan in as a consistent 40% 3-point threat who can average, I think, 16 plus points per game, I think that's a big thing to miss on any given night. And I thought that absence was significant for the Kings. Not the difference between a win and a loss necessarily, or I don't think the Kings should be looking at it as the difference between a win and a loss. But had the Kings been at that full strength last night, I think they would have been much better suited to handle some of their lulls and struggles. Maybe not defensively, but some of their lulls and struggles that they dealt with, I think they would have been better suited to handle those with the 4th overall pick and a very promising rookie available to them.